What's going on, everyone? Rob here with the third week of trades and transactions for Season 6 of the GBA. In contrast to the previous 2 weeks, this week saw quite a few transactions. With so much to cover, let's not waste any time and get straight into the first transaction of the week. This one is coming from John, coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. John has made a free agency transaction, trading away Avalug and picking up Cryogonal. So what is John gaining and losing from this trade? He's losing a slow, bulky ice-type rapid spinner and gaining a fast, frail ice-type rapid spinner. The first time I saw this transaction, I thought that John had made a trade for practically the same mon with opposite stats, which on the surface level is exactly what happened, but looking deeper into it, we can see a few more things. Although Avalug is quite a bulky mon and has recovery through Recover, I do see Cryogonal as a better fit for John's team. Fast hazard removal is quite useful, especially in League format, and is quite often pivotal. Also, just looking at John's team, outside of Megalopenny and Latios, it's missing a bit of speed, which Avalug was definitely adding onto. Cryogonal improves John's speed tiers, giving him another mon above base 100 speed. John feels that Cryogonal can be better for his team overall, and can see himself bringing it much more often than Avalug. Pair that with the potential of offensive Cryogonal with base 95 special attack, and powerful stab with Ice Beam and Freeze Dry, and I could definitely see Cryogonal as a useful member for the future of John's matches. Next, let's move on to the second transaction of the week. Envy of the San Diego Chimp Chargers has dropped Slurpuff and picked up the free agent Blaziken. Just to clarify, this Blaziken will have the ability Blaze, not Speed Boost. I absolutely think this is a fantastic transaction. Something that Envy's team definitely lacked was serious wall breaking power. Blaziken gives Envy a wall breaker on both sides of the spectrum, both physical and special. This transaction will greatly benefit Envy's very offensive playing style, and especially has great offensive synergy with Jirachi. As for Slurpuff, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's somewhat of a one-trick pony, with Belly Drum and potentially Calm Mind being the only two decent sets it can run, which is not the best in League format where versatility thrives. I'm sure Envy will bring heat with this new Blaziken transaction. Moving on to the third and fourth transactions of the week, both coming from Battler X and the Milwaukee Saucebucks. Battler X has made 2 free agency transactions. The first, trading away Golbat and picking up the free agent Honchkrow. I'm not the biggest fan of this transaction. Battler X is dropping his most reliable hazard removal in Golbat. This is a bigger problem when you count the fact that Mega Pinsir doesn't appreciate rocks at all, and his only other hazard removal is Sandslash. Although he is picking up a mon that could potentially run Defog and Honchkrow, this severely hinders its offensive capabilities. I feel this transaction will force Battler X to bring Sandslash as a rapid spinner and Florges as a cleric each week, or else his team will be constantly whittled down by hazard stacking. The next transaction that Battler X has made was dropping Hoopa and picking up the free agent Venusaur. I'm definitely less critical on this transaction. We have still yet to see Hoopa thrive in League format, and Steve has come to the same conclusion. Incredible offensive stats don't make up for its defensive frailties, and 2 4x weaknesses. Not to mention, dropping Hoopa and Golbat has made his team much less weak to knock off. Now moving on, anyone who has played RU knows that Venusaur is an incredible mon. Although it has 4 weaknesses, rather than the 2 of its Mega Evolution, it is also arguably more versatile when counting in items. It can be both a specially defensive and physically defensive wall, and hits fairly well from both sides of the spectrum. It has a great move pool and an interesting ability in Chlorophyll. I'm not sure if it was Battler X's intention, but he's building somewhat of a Sun team, with Venusaur and Sawsbuck both getting Chlorophyll, and Heliolisk having Solar Power. It is also always nice to have a grounded poison type to soak up the toxic spikes, which in turn slightly helps his hazard dilemma. Overall, I really like the addition of Venusaur to Battler X's team, with him now having one of the best defensive Fire Water Grass cores in Slowbro, Heatran, and Venusaur. Overall, Battler X has added versatility to his team, but lost something he desperately needed in reliable hazard removal. I really want Battler X to do well this season, but I'm not sure these were the transactions that he needed to make. Thank you for watching. This has been Rob with week 3 of Trades and Transactions. Tell me what you thought of the transactions, and keep an eye out for Trades and Transactions for Season 6 of the GBA.